Hey, this is George.
Hey, this is Fred's.
This is Real Talk with George and Frazier. I want to thank you for being with us at a special time today, 2 o'clock East Coast time. We have a very special guest with
Most
us.
definitely.
We are passionate about martial arts, we're passionate about business, but we are also passionate about fighting, kicking and punching people in the
Exactly.
face. That's what we're
Exactly.
passionate about. And we have an MMA champion with us, Titan FC champion. Frazier, who we got with us?
Rush. Hang on, my his name, but my photo, what's happening, brother?
How are you?
Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm very well, thank you. Nice to meet you. Very good talk with you today.
Great for being on the show. Thanks for coming on Real Talk.
Nice. No, it's my pleasure.
Man,
It's my pleasure.
All right, so let's get right to it, man. Like I said, I'm an MMA fan. Frazier's an MMA fan. I've practiced martial arts now for 30 years. Frazier done Muay Thai. MMA the
Oh,
biggest sport in the world.
Yep.
for
And
sure.
Titan FC. Are you? How do I say this?
This was my first when I got in Titan was 4 years ago, and was my first international professional fight.
Hmm.
I did a very good beginning on Titan. I won my fight in the knockout in the second round, and the guys like me, and I got a one more fight in the contract, and it's here in Florida, the show. So to me it was very convenient because I don't need to take the airplane to fight.
Right.
This is terrible when you go need to go to other. It's always complicated, and but was very natural on Titan because the when I got in the show, I win all the fights they put on me, and I got a champion. So after that, I defend my belt once, and the second fight, I still champion, but I lose by points. But the guy don't make the weight,
Right.
so the belt is still mine. And I asked them to go to other show try make a better money. And I didn't fight since for 2.5 years. I'm
Hmm.
waiting now for it to go to another shows and still training, make the camp with the great champions in the American top team. And but my history of Titan it's not ended yet because I feel like that the belt is mine. But
Right.
by the rules, I'm not more the champion because I asked to go out. So right now I'm asking I'm looking for to go to other show, make a victory to try to go to the UFC and contend the show to make a big money, big fights. That's my dream. I came here to do.
All right. Let me ask you a question. What got you into MMA?
When I was 12, I was pretty fat. Like I was bullied in the school, and I need to do something to lose the weight. That was my first touch with martial arts. I started training in the taekwondo in my
Hmm.
school, and after a couple of months, my cousin was training Muay Thai, and he told, I think Muay Thai it's more for you. It's more aggressive. You have more competitions than Muay Thai. And I thought, okay, I will try that. And I love it. I love it. After a couple of months, I was fighting amateur. My first fight in the Muay Thai, I fought for 2,000 people in the
Wow.
arena. So I was love for the sport. I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And it was just an amateur. My mom screaming like crazy, kill him, Raush, kill him. And I was totally scared, but it was totally funny to me. It was like this is what I want to do. And my school just curiosity because my teachers put my Muay Thai fights on DVD when we had a movie to watch on this kind of stuff. I thought, no, wait, let me put my fight first for we watch. So
That's right.
I was a very show off guy, like very
Right.
show off. Like they put my fight first. Look, you see, I won. I got to be a fighter, and I follow my dream my whole life. Since 13, after this very first fight, I knew it what I want to do for the rest of my life, and here I am, look to be the best I can.
Right. Absolutely. So what camp are you fighting out of now and training out of?
I mean, right now I'm training on American Top Team, and I help
Mhm.
guys for. I know I was training with Dustin Poirier.
Mhm.
He's gonna fight Conor McGregor now.
Mhm.
Just a couple, yeah. I do not did his camp for specific for this fight, but I help him. I help out other guys in the UFC also. The father, the godfather of my daughter is Nathan Schultz. He's the PFL 2 years champion. He got $2 million in the last 2 years.
Mhm.
So I have all these guys high level and waiting for my opportunity. I don't know why I didn't fight in the last 30 months. I'm asking a fight for I'm asking a kidney, but I hope that this fight this for January happen here in Florida. I'm just waiting to sign the contract and finally return to work again.
Absolutely. So let me just ask you, what contract are you waiting for? PFL contract or UFC contract?
So none. I wanna for right now. I need to make any fight if no bigger show yet,
Mhm.
unfortunately, because this bigger show PFL told me I need to put a victory because my last fight I have good record. My last fight I lose by points.
Mhm.
So they
Right.
told me they can't hire a guy came from a loss. So even with a good record, they can't because it don't make sense for them. So PFL tell the same, Bellator tell the same, UFC tell the same, and okay. So I need to make try put a win to go for these shows. But in the smaller shows, the guys don't want to fight me. So I got in this limbo because the smaller show they want to make a record to go to the big shows, and they know if they fight me, it's a very tough fight. In the smaller show, they don't pay good, and I don't worry the risk for them.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got in this limbo. Like I need to put a picture to go to the big shows because in the big shows we fight anyone, and but right now the smaller shows don't want to put me to fight. They want to put me to fight, but the fighters they say no. Just guy in the biggest division want to fight me, but I say no. Look, I'm a
Yeah.
155 guy. I not will fight a 175 guy. I not will give you this type of advantage. So I know my division and I'm waiting my opportunity. But for sure, if I need to choose a show to go right now, I want to go for the UFC. My biggest dream is the UFC.
Now, why the UFC? And the reason why I'm saying that is because um, a lot of fighters, when they get into a lot of big shows, they get into the politics, and the UFC has a lot of politics with it. And
Hmm.
what you're starting to see is a lot of people, once they have a little bit of taste of that politics, they go to a smaller international show like Bellator or some other show where they're like,
Hmm.
look, I'm making more money now than I made in the UFC with less politics. So is it just the glamour and the glitz of the UFC and say, oh, I'm at the pinnacle, I'm at the Super Bowl of mixed martial arts? Or is it just,
Hmm.
it's just a goal to get into the UFC first?
No, I think the visibility the UFC gives you make you big. Your name is big, right?
Hmm.
Right. When I remember when I had two Brazilian fighters, they are my friends. Patricio Pitbull is the Bellator featherweight and lightweight champion, and during that time was Fabio Maldonado, was a light heavyweight from the UFC.
Hmm.
And when they walk in the street together, they were friends, and everybody come take a picture with Fabio Maldonado, but Patricio Pitbull was both weights champion in Bellator, and he make a lot of money and a lot more than Fabio, no comparison. And but the guys came to take a picture with Fabio because the UFC give you this kind of famous.
Hmm.
So in my opinion, first if I need to choose a show, I wanna go to the UFC. Oh, if I don't do good on UFC, what I don't believe. I believe I can be a top 10 contender in the UFC, but if I do not good, if I my fight's not happen good in the UFC, I can go for other show, or even with a good career in the UFC, you can move to other show to make a good money, and you have your sponsors. But the visibility the UFC gives you is have no comparison with any other show, because everybody knows you. And in my experience, I have a couple in my last fights. I have a couple of sponsors, and they wanna look for the
Right.
guy who wanna more visibility.
Right.
So the money from the fight was not too important as the money I make with the sponsors.
Right.
Well, because they give salary, so it's the money for sure I have every month. And the fight is with you just get your purse when you fight. So I think the visibility is better now than money properly.
So you're basically saying that the marketing machine that the UFC has in place, and they have a great marketing machine. People don't realize the US spends tens of millions of dollars on their marketing, not
Hmm.
just for a fight every year. You're saying the marketing and the visibility plus, the sponsorship money as opposed to purse money would send you to the UFC, and that's great. What competitors do you think you would be able to compete with in your weight division at the UFC? Because a lot of times, as you know, what they do is
Yep.
the new guys they serve them up to these fighters. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as stepping stones a little bit. So what would be your first fight in the UFC if you got signed tomorrow? Who would you want to fight if that was your wish list?
Oh, for sure, anyone in the top 10. But
Anyone?
like a name, my dream, my goal, I almost put his picture in my wall, is Conor McGregor for sure. But if I tell you this is like
There you
right
go.
now, yeah, of course, everybody wanna fight Conor, but not because he's famous, because I think he's the best fighter in the world, and as a striker. I know Habib beat him, and probably Habib is better fighter, MMA fighter than him. But I like to see him fight. I learn a lot from him. So he's my dream fight is against him. Not because I know you get tons of money if you fight him because he's too famous, but
Yeah.
because he's like a I want to be like him. I want to be
Right.
inside of the cage. I don't like his personality, this kind of stuff he's doing outside,
Yeah.
but this doesn't matter to me. But I want to be a fighter like him. Like when someone talk, oh, the guy from the Irish guy. If they don't understand about MMA, but they know the Irish guy is very famous. I want to be like him. Like the Brazilian guy. Yeah, this one. Yeah, with tattoo in the chest. Yeah, I wanna see his fight.
Right.
So, but if I get in the UFC right now, anyone in the top 10 would be a great fight to me, because this is make you jump like 10 steps if you put a good win against one of these guys. I have no name specifically.
Okay.
So, so I got one for you. So you said Conor McGregor. We know Conor McGregor was known mostly for his striker and little ground. But what about Cabal, the one who beat McGregor, who was a great ground game? Like, what type of fighter would you say if you were a fighter person with technique mostly ground versus striker? Like, what would you compare up to that?
That's the wish fight phrase. That's the question you ask him.
Yeah,
Khabib
that's
has
a fight.
retired.
That's a fight.
Khabib is not fighting anymore. Okay,
Hey,
okay.
let me
Let's,
know.
let's do the
But you got to do
fantasy
it
fight now.
style like that though. You got to be on
Raush,
the ground now.
this is a
You
fantasy
first
fight.
round.
If you could fight Khabib, who would win?
Yeah, how you think about it?
You telling like against me if I need to choose, or if I like in the ground
Yeah,
game specifically.
yeah, how would you beat him? Like, if your strategy be against a ground game technique person who's always want to be on the ground, and you're a striker. Remember, that McGregor actually lost because of that. He's a striker.
Yeah,
He's a ground.
I think one of the best ground game, is Habib Nurmagomedov has the best ground game. George St. Pierre was
Yep.
he go to the against Michael Bisping in the middleweight division, one division high, and he beat him in the ground. These have a lot of good grapplers in the UFC, but I think the only one who like to beat uh, Conor McGregor style, because my style is the same of Conor. I try to
mhm,
keep the fight stand all the time and defend the takedowns and beat the
Yeah.
guy. So, but this is not me. I have a bad ground game, but I prefer stand and striking. So I know have a lot like I forgot the name of the guy in the featherweight division right now. I'm looking to this guy, watching his fights. I told this guy has a Marabi, I think his name Marabi. I don't
Really?
remember right now, but yeah, but I was watching his fights, and I told this guy has a very good potential to be champion because he's doing like Volkanovski is doing in featherweight. He's like
Mhm.
smashing the guys, always walking forward and putting pressure. He's not the best striker, but
Mhm.
he a very solid ground game. And these kind of fighters, I think, have a good advantage in the sport.
Gotcha. Okay. So you said striker. I'm bringing a striker to you. Nate Diaz. We all know he's a striker. He's a baller striker. So who you pair up to him? Nate Diaz. 'Cause he don't stand toe to toe with you. He ain't come back that.
Right.
What do you think about that?
I saw your audio fail. I didn't listen
Oh,
you. Can you repeat?
oh, okay. So I was saying like Nate Diaz. We all know Nate
Uh
Diaz
huh.
will be a striker,
Yeah.
and you said you also a striker. So how would you compare to Nate Diaz? How would that be? Would that be a good
I,
fight for you?
I yeah, I root to love fighting because he's come forward and this is the type of guy I like to fight because the guy still came for you and I like to use the counter attack. So for me, it's always good when the guy came forward and crossing the body, crossing the face, and move. The guy still going and you use your counter. That's the guy I like to fight. Some guys like when I fight some guys have the same style than me. I need to push more and walk more, so I get it more risk. When the guy came like as a crazy like Nate came and do like this and moving forward in boxing, I like more because I feel more comfortable when the guy is pushing me. So
Right.
this fight like this type of guy again like Nathan, I love it. This idea of the guy came through me all the time is the best rival I can have in the cage.
Nice.
Nice.
So let me ask you, going back to your present situation with Titan, you said you have one more fight on the contract, but you can't get anybody to fight you, on the circuit, so you can get out of your contract and move up to a bigger show.
Hmm. Hmm.
How is your team helping you? Because American Top Team is international, as far as
Hmm.
fighters that train there, people that come to train
Hmm.
with them, and the roster that they have. They have a lot of clout to be able to pick up the
Hmm.
phone and call any organization, to be able to get a fight made or, anything of that
Hmm.
nature. So are they really pushing for you to really get this last fight off, or is it just a waiting game for you? And
No,
how are
maybe I expressed myself wrong. I doesn't have this last fight in the Titan FC contract anymore. I don't belong to them anymore. I very thankful to Lex McCahon, who's the CEO of
okay?
Titan, and we have a good relationship. He's helped me with my visa, my documents to stay here. So I'm very thankful to them. The problem right now is the first year I grabbed no fighting. I think I was too comfortable and I was waiting for uh, go direct to the UFC. Oh, now they have this show contender, and I got very good sponsors during that time. So I was my first daughter was just born, so I was like training but helping the house and train. And I was like, no, when the times come, I go directly to the UFC. I don't wait. When I realized 1 year, go. And now I need to look another fight. So when I try and search these fights, I realized it was not too easy how I thought. I thought, no, this show, I thought, no, I am the former Titan FC champion. I don't belong this anymore to them. And but I need a fight. And the guy say, okay, I want you the cartel here. We want to put you in the show, but let me see if we have someone to fight you. Okay,
Hmm.
gonna wait. And this wait was too long. 1 month, 2 months. I go to other shows. Listen, I'm not asking you money. I don't looking for a good purse. I just wanna try to put a victory because honestly, I wanted to go to other shows and some shows they tell, oh, if you sign with us, we need to stay with us at least 1 year. So I say no. I say no. This kind of contract I don't want. I just want one fight. you know. So every show has one problem, at least one problem. I grabbed some fights like 2 years before the fight. I need to cut like 25 pounds in 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, I accept this. It's not a problem. And when the guy know was he gonna fight against me, no, my camp is not for this guy because I always replace someone who got hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
So I grabbed this fight like 2 3 weeks before the fight, and my opponent when they did sign the contract again against me, they know it's not the guy I signed the very first time to fight. So this start to become a ridiculous situation. I have more like 8 or 9 fights that got canceled, and I signed the contract, but the fight, no, it's not gonna happen anymore. Like no, this fight is not gonna happen anymore. The only fights I saw was everything was right. I couldn't move out to United States to fight because the when it started this pandemic situation, my visa is for professional athletes to live here, but
Oh wow.
it's extremely late this visa. Normally this get is all done in 2 months, and it's have been like 1 year, and I do not receive the my visa in my hand, so I can move out to
Right.
fight. Because
Okay.
if I fight outside, I can return my family here, my daughters, my wife. So it makes no sense to me. I need to fight inside the United States, and I don't know. To be honest with you, I have no idea what is happening. I make some videos on my Instagram like, man, what do you want from me? You wanna I bet my personal title, like my belt. I
Yeah.
bet on myself my belt. Let's make a super fight, but I need, I try to call the guys, but the fight is still not happening. So to me it was
Wow.
like I can't understand what is happening right now. I'm Christian, so I trust God. I put my life in the God hands. So I try to be calm, do whatever I can. Like a couple months ago, I start to give private classes at home to make my money because I lose all my sponsors
Hmm.
because they told me, Raush, listen, my last sponsor told me we sponsor for 18 months, and for 18 months you have no fighting. What is happening? And I told, man, I don't know. I tried to grab a fight, but the fights got canceled, so I need to do whatever I need to do to keep my family. But right now, I hopefully this year is gonna be different because the pandemic situation now is easier than the last year. And
Yep.
I have a couple of shows in the mind. They got in contact with me, and waiting my manager give me the good news and sign the contract. And maybe in 3 or 4 weeks I get a fight, but I not signed the contract yet.
Well, let me ask you about that, because you see things in the news about fighters like Michael Chandler signing a
Exactly.
contract
Hmm.
with the UFC. If so and so fighter doesn't make it, Michael Chandler signs to step in and fight that particular person. Have you been approached by some of the major organizations to be a backup fight, either for their co-main event or their main event, or even on their fight card?
Exactly.
Because a lot of fighters don't make
Yeah.
it. A lot of fighters get sick. A lot of fighters get this COVID, and
Hmm.
they have to fall out. It would seem. I'm not a professional fighter, but I'm just asking you the question. It would seem easier, like if you could get a backup contract with Bellator. Let's say that 150 pound guy doesn't make weight.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Or UFC, that 150-pound.
Yes, I got it. I got it. No, this is perfect. This is what I try first. But the problem with the loss was the same. Even being a backup fight,
Hmm.
I have the contact with the guy with the PFL. I have a great manager, Brian Butler for Sucker Punch. He work with all the guys in the UFC, so I know I am working with the best guys. But the problem is still the same. When they need a backup fight, and they have me, and they have any other guy. Maybe the other guy have no the good record I have, but he won the last fight. They grab this fight. They grab
Uh-huh.
this guy. Even if I am a better athlete than the other guy, this last loss is ruining me. So that's why I'm trying to go to. I offered to fight for free. I told the guy, no, I fight for free.
Wow.
I just I just wanna grab this fight. I know I make my sponsor, so you just allow me to have my sponsors, and I don't ask any kind of money, but I need to fight. I need to fight, and I need to fight in my division because the fight they
Right.
have offered me are in the like welterweight, middleweight, and I am a lightweight. So this kind of advantage I not give to anyone because I know this make a lot of difference. So I can
Right.
give a wrong step right now because I'm pride. No, this is not a problem. I fight. No, this is would be stupid on my part.
That's
Right.
true. But let me ask you a question. I know I've seen a lot of like small venues that have fighters eager to fight somebody. They don't care who they fight either. But have you fought also with a smaller venue? Like I've seen one like 305 fights. They have a lot of people. They begging for fighters to come there. They have a few like a baller league, smaller baller league. And one of my friends who actually fights in, and he he said they have fighters like trying to find. They have problems finding fighters. Literally trying to find fighters. Because by it being a
Mhm.
smaller venue, a lot of fighters, like you say, some fighters don't want to fight in a smaller arena. They want to fight in the bigger arenas. So have you tried to post on a smaller
Yeah.
venue, 305 fights locally, and see what they do a fight?
So it's like I told you. Right now I want to fight any kind of show. If you told me, oh, you maybe you go to a smaller show
Yeah,
to try schedule, I'm accept right now. If they fight, they offer me a fight in the gym, accept. Like you no, you just you the guy here, you make the this is we just make the official. We just make you want a bar fight almost. So I want right now. Right now, I just need to clean my record and put this victory to everything happen again because I have a lot of almosts in my life career right now. I have almost PFL, almost contender show to go in the UFC, almost Bellator. So it's a lot of almosts.
Right.
Right now I need to know something concrete, and
gotcha.
in November no September they offered me to go to a show. It was XFC, the name of the show, and they
Okay,
told me, "Oh, you have 3 fights in the contract. We don't care about your loss. It's like a GP. If you won the GP, you receive like $25,000." For me, it was very good. But the contract, I asked him, and about the contract, I need to stay with you if I get the in the GP and they say yes for 2 years. And about if the UFC try to hire me, I can go at least to the UFC because some shows they have a specific clause to let you in the UFC. No, they told no. Unfortunately, even the UFC, you need to stay here for 2 years first, and if you not offer me fight in these 2 years, no, we need at least offer you one fight to you per each year you are with us. So I told no, this kind of contract is not good to me because
yeah,
right now I try and move to big shows. But technically, I feel ready to belong to the big shows. This is the truth. I know
Right.
because I have inspired and helped the guys who are the top contenders in the UFC. So if I can spar them very well, and I know I can go good in the show too. So this is my yeah. I know how is my level is right now, but the fact of this, I don't know if this last laws or maybe because I not push too much in my social media. I
yeah,
try working more with that, my image to make a better work and to make people pay attention to me because make a TikTok dance. I don't know. I do whatever I need to do, and I don't like it. I don't like it, but I do whatever I need to do.
that
Uh,
Absolutely.
that's true. Have you ever thought of just like find a fight? Let's say someone who coming from another country and wants to come in and get in a fight. Have you approached one of those guys who's coming over here, who need a fight also, who just want to get in the UFC also? And are those fighters also want to get you also, or they want actually hard to find?
it's difficult to find this type of guys because when they are normally when they are the same situation than me, they grab a fight really fast when the guy move out from the UFC or they have a good name. Like I'm not supposed to have this problem
Right.
Exactly.
because the title FC championship. I'm not supposed. It was supposed to be easier. But like I told
It
you,
really-
no. This is the
Yeah.
when my close friends tell me, oh, and you sign something for this for the next month, you have something in mind, and I tell, no, the fight cancel again. No, this I have been this in the last to be no. I will give a discount for the first 6 months, but for 2 years we try grab some fight. And when I grab a fight, to sign the contract at the beginning of this year, 2020, the last year,
it-
the pandemic situation started. I was like, no,
Right.
this was
Yeah.
like a bad joke. So
Yeah.
it's no one fault.
It happened. It happened to me too. I'm playing ball. Nobody wanted to practice against me in practice. I had to stay on the sideline and watch everybody practice to game time. So I only played with game time. It was scared to get hit by me. Oh, I get hit. I can't hit by him. Really, bro? Come on, I'm on 5'9". Come on, really get hit by me. So I know you feel like they're actually finding competition, and it sucks that you have to work so hard,
Yeah,
especially the
yeah,
fight league. Everybody want to fight
yeah,
somebody.
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. No, I'm trying to call all the guys, and right now I was talking with my manager, and
Yeah,
Brian told me, man, they offer us 7 names, and I was like very excited. All 7 names, but all the guys one seven and one middleweight, middleweight.
Yeah. That doesn't
So
work.
I was like, no, no, but if I 3 weeks to fight a guy in the bigger division, I will repeat the problem I did in the last fight when I accept fight a guy 5 pounds heavier.
yeah,
I no one forced me. I was like, man, I need to go to the UFC. I am the champion. I need to do something different. I will try use that
mhm,
to promote myself. If I win, I can tell I beat a guy 5 pounds heavier. It's almost the highest division. So I
Right.
was this in my mind, and I made a mistake because the guy was stronger than me, and he won the fight. He won the first and the first and the second round clean. So I learned, but I don't I didn't want to wait too much to make the next fight.
Right.
exactly.
Absolutely. So I have last question for you. Okay. I know
Okay.
you're sitting. I know you're sitting in the car and you want to get out, but
No, don't worry. The
yes.
AC is on.
Oh, the AC's on. Great.
See,
I'm
good. He
sitting
good.
here. I'm sitting here with gloves on, so you know it must be
He
nice. I
always
wish I
freeze
was
over
over
there.
there. But anyway,
No,
long
we are in
story.
Florida, brother. We don't need gloves. Never.
Anyway, um, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. I know you train with both of them. I mean, you train with Dustin. What has Dustin
Mhm.
done? Have you seen at least to change the momentum of this fight? Does he really think he can beat Conor, or he's just taking the fight now because that's the next step for him? Who are you
I
picking?
think.
In other words,
Oh man, don't make this decision. Don't do this. Man, don't make this with me. Like like I told you, Dustin Poirier is an incredible fighter. Is he if you give him one opportunity, he knock you out. And I don't know. He's stronger than he looked to be. He had hands, but when I train with him, I am bigger than him. So if you look like, oh, me and him together, I'm a lot stronger, but it's not the reality. The reality, he have a ridiculous punch power.
hmm
So if Conor make a mistake, I know he have a very good skills in the jiu-jitsu game, but I do not think Conor will try like a takedown against him. I think Conor is more, he's like a sniper. He is just shot good shots. So I
right,
think I beat on Conor because of that, because he's not a bar fight, He's not like
right,
try 3, 4 punches combination. No, he's like clean, like 1, 2, one front kick. He move ridiculous well. So and in my heart I want the Dustin win,
right.
but I think my picks that like my I think Conor is gonna win the fight.
All right,
But I want Dustin win, please. But I think Conor is more complete fighter.
all right, cool. Well,
Got
listen, I'm gonna say I think that Dustin Poirier has more than a puncher's chance for two
yeah,
reasons. He fought him once before, and he knows some of his ins and his outs. And when you fight somebody once, fighting them a second time can be easy because, you know, if Dustin was nervous, if he had nervousness, if he was afraid, or he didn't pull the trigger on certain things he should
Hmm.
have pulled the trigger on, he can now accomplish that. So it's going to be a very good fight. I'm agreeing that Conor McGregor
Yes,
does have
definitely. It's gonna be a great fight.
has a lot of momentum with him. But I always like rooting for the other team.
Underdog.
I always do.
No,
And so let's spread the love around. I'm hoping Dustin Poirier
well,
can win.
I'm gonna say it this way. I watch Conor fight. If you watch Conor fight, if you watch me fight Cabal and some of his fights, Conor when he's striking, he drops his right shoulder, left shoulder a lot quicker than he's supposed to, and that's why he get taken down a lot quicker because he drops it, he punches, he slows back to get back, he's slow to recover on punch. So if you make a miss, if Dustin make a miss, he got a good chance to get that right hook in there, or even overhand that could get him. That was Cabal day. If you ever seen Cabal hit him overhand, and then took him down. So you got to actually play chess with Conor. Do you play good chess game with Conor? And very strategic and throwing certain punches. And if he watching me, he throw a punt and take him down, I think he beat him on the ground game. I think he can beat Conor McGregor on the ground. He gonna beat Conor McGregor. He gonna beat him on the ground
Right.
because he always drop his
Yeah.
shoulder after 2 punches. He do a 1-2 combination, but he always look for uppercut. That's how he always get taken down. You ever watched him? He go 1-2 and then he's so very slow. All the stuff open, and with Cabal, boom, take him down from the right to left side. So if he can manage to do that, I think he beat that fight. I think Dustin can beat that fight if he plays on McGregor mistakes.
Right.
Man, I can tell you, if it doesn't have one of the best guillotines, even if he's not a grappler, he have
Mhm.
one of the best guillotine. I saw an interview of him telling he regret herself against Habib because Habib tried to take downs all the time because he was Habib, and he do not try the guillotine like he's supposed to try because he was afraid to lose the position. But I
Right.
think if he used the guillotine against Habib the last time, he would have won that fight. So he have a lot of weapons in the arsenal. He's ridiculous good. But my point is, it's difficult to you move corner to the other ground.
Right.
Corner stay stand all the time and move and keep the fight to just striking. If you can put corner in the ground, I think you're gonna win the fight. But
Exactly.
that's the problem. That's the problem.
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
No. Like I told you, man. I want to grab a fight. I want to go to the UFC. I wanna go to do the PFL. This kind of show is like I think I work my whole life to go. And right now I'm difficult to find opponents. Please find me and try and find this fight. I wanna grab a fight. I post in the I try and make a in the Google.
Okay.
Right,
I
we
try post in Google.
try Muay Thai tournaments. Try Muay Thai tournament. You study Muay
Yeah,
Thai.
but just don't change my record. Yeah, but just don't change my record.
Yeah.
Uh,
I need to MMA because I need to clean my record and put a win. So
yeah.
try put a win, not to be pride.
All right. Nice. So tell everybody where they can find you on social media. What's your IG and Facebook information?
Is that Raush Manfio? Raush is RUSHMANFIO. But all my social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, are all the same. My name and last name.
All right. Beautiful. Well, listen, we want to thank you for taking the time out, sitting in your car in the
Thank
AC.
you.
talking
Relaxing.
to us. We greatly appreciate it, man. And when you get a fight, definitely call us back. We'd love to have you back on the show.
Well, definitely, man.
Thank
Definitely.
you so much. My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely.
Well, definitely, brother. Oh man. Now I'm glad somebody feel how I feel about can't get a good fight in there. I'm just saying.
It's difficult.
You good when you good. People fear you when you're good.
Yeah.
You have an old saying you have to start fake a fight in order to get an opponent. You
Yeah.
have to fake a loss in order to get a good opponent because people only take fight they feel they can win.
I mean, everybody does. You see it
So,
in professional boxing where a lot of boxers will pick their fight until, either they don't fight them or they feel like they're ready to fight them. But it's just unfortunate that he's stuck in that particular situation. I mean, Fraze, just imagine signing 9 contracts to get a
Exactly.
fight and have all those fights bail on you,
That's just
because of
this is a
COVID and
contract, man.
everything. So it's
If
just
you're a color country, you can't bail out like little chump, or you name a wuss the rest of his career. Because I'm thinking, if you sign a contract to fight, fight. Because I think it look worse if you back out of a fight than to losing a fight. To me, it's
right.
be way worse. I mean, he shouldn't have a problem fighting because people back out. They should be the one having a problem trying to find a fight because they're known as backouts. You know, not
Well,
someone who want to fight you.
that's the fight game too, and you can't predict it. You got to realize too that a promotion in itself also has the promotion to look out for. So if you're known for bringing in tomato cans and you have a roster of all guys that have fight records under 500, not too many people are going to come fight at that promotion, and your fans are not going to be, you know what I mean, amped up to pay your ticket price when all you're serving up is tomato cans. So it's
Exactly.
definitely hard. It's definitely hard. But listen, we want to thank Raush for coming on the show.
Oh,
Listen, we have DDJ this Thursday on the show at 8 o'clock. So check him out. You know,
That's on Friday too.
I'm
That's on
sorry.
Friday.
We got
That's Friday too.
we got a show on Friday. I just found out. Thanks, Phrase. So we definitely got some shows coming for you. We want to thank him for coming on the show. This is George,
This is Frags.
and that was Real Talk with George and Fraser. Peace. See you Thursday.
See you Thursday.